So what's your position? Are you pro-amnesty for illegal immigration?
No, never have been. In fact, I'm strongly against amnesty for a number of different reasons. The first is I always use the example of the speed limit. If you say the speed limit is 70, but you don't ticket people until they reach 80, well then the speed limit is really 80, it's not 70. And amnesty is the same thing. You can't, the most important thing we need to do is enforce our existing laws. We have existing immigration laws that are not being adequately enforced. Nothing will make it harder to enforce your existing laws if you reward people who broke them. In essence, if you go to people and say, look, well, you've been here for so long that even though you broke the law, we're going to let you stay. Number one, it demoralizes the people that are going through the legal process. It's a very clear signal that why go through the legal process if you can accomplish the same thing through the illegal process. And number two, it demoralizes the people enforcing the law. So I am not, and I will never support, never have and never will support any effort to grant blanket legalization amnesty to folks who have entered or stayed in this country illegally.
30 seconds to address what was just said.
First of all, earned path to citizenship is basically code for amnesty. It's what they call it. And the reality of it is this. This has to do with the bottom line that America cannot be the only country in the world that does not enforce its immigration laws. It is unfair to the people that have legally entered this country to create an alternative pathway for individuals who entered illegally and knowingly did so. And all I'm saying is that if you do that, if I may finish my statement on this, if you do that, you will never have a legal immigration system that works. No one's going to follow the law. There's an easier way to do it.
I understand, but we're working on putting something on the table. But here's what's happened in the past to put something on the table is it becomes an issue. You've got to be careful how you do it, because I don't support amnesty. I don't support something that undermines legal immigration. I'm not going to support something that tells people who are doing it the right way that the cheaper and better way to do it is the wrong way. And I'm not going to do something that's not going to pass and sets us back like the 07 debate.
Well, that makes sense.
I'm kidding. I had more adjectives for you, John, than Chuck has.
Well, thank you.
He understood mine.
I am clearly new to this issue in terms of the Senate. I'm not new to it in terms of my life. I live surrounded by immigrants. My neighbors are immigrants. I'm so pleased that the first principle in this effort is one to modernize our legal immigration system so that it reflects the reality and the need of the 21st century. By the same token, we recognize that America is a sovereign country.
But again, and this is what the critics are saying, that once they have this, quote, temporary legal status, that nobody is ever going to revoke that and say, you know, once they've met the standards you say, they paid back taxes, they paid a fine, they've got a job, that nobody's going to revoke that. I want to put up on the screen what a critic said about the whole issue. I would vote against anything that grants amnesty because I think it destroys your ability to enforce the existing law, and I think it's unfair to the people who are standing in line and waiting to come in legally. Senator, you said that back in 2009.
And I still agree with it. This is not amnesty. Amnesty is the forgiveness of something. Amnesty is anything that says, do it illegally, it'll be cheaper and easier. Here's what
This next question is going to be coming from James. Take it away.
Welcome to New Hampshire, Senator.
Thank you, James.
My question is, do you support a path to citizenship for immigrants who are in the United States but are here illegally?
I do, but first we have to do two things. The first thing we have to do is we have to prove to the American people that illegal immigration is under control. And today, that lack of confidence has made it impossible for us to make progress on immigration reform. So the first thing we have to do is we have to pass real reforms that secure the border, more secure than it is today, an entry-exit tracking system to prevent visa overstays, and we also need to create an electronic verification system for employers so that they can verify
that. But, you know, I have disagreements with other presidential candidates. You know, Jeb Bush passed Common Core, and Marco Rubio believes in amnesty, which I don't. There's lots of things, but I will say tone matters, message matters, and responsibility matters.
Legal immigration is brought under control.
You hinted at that last night. Why not just be more transparent about that?
Well, how much more transparent can you be?
I changed my mind, and Governor Bush, you've changed your mind.
But it's not.
There was a note of that last night. But to be more obvious about it would likely go a longer way.
But it is obvious. I mean, the bottom line is, it's not about changing your mind. That approach has no chance of passing.
Es importante no se puede cancelar de un momento al otro porque ya hay personas que están beneficiando, pero sí va a tener que terminar. No puede ser la política